collection and why we need Java collections, right? And what are the most used Java collection in our in our play, right? Okay. So basically, if we talk about the Java collection, so actually Java collection is a framework and which enable that user to perform the various data manipulation operations like some sorting the data, searching the data, and also like inserting the data into the collection, different collections, and deleting the data from the different collections, right? And also the last operation is updating the data from the collection on a group of element, on the group of element which will perform this collection. Next one is like why do we need this Java collections, right? So there are several reasons we require a Java collection. So basically, till now we use primitive data types for data usage and data manipulations and data storing the data. So primitive data types which are like integer, float, double, right? And also there are some fixed size, right? So whenever you store the data, there is a fixed size of that categorization has been done, and we export, right? And also like suppose if you want to then arrays. So arrays also like there is a very fixed size, right? So coming to this collection, so the data can be sorry, the data can be grow anytime or sync anytime. So based on that, which means it should be dynamically handle the data stories and retrieve. Okay, storage and deletion after deletion has happened, right? So by the case, so whenever we have we are going to store some data, set up data, group of data, so that size cannot be dynamic. The size should be dynamic, right? So it can be growable, auto growable, and so whenever we require this to different sets of data, storing the data, different sets in the sense of different storage in years, right? Data can be stored and as I told you, so when we are performing some data operation, so the group of data can be grow and sync frequently. Let's move on to the collection features, right? So basically, let's discuss about this uh, collection key features. So mm, in terms of Java, so the collection is a framework. Okay, collection is a framework which contain like abstract methods. So some of the classes or some of the feature interfaces are implemented this kind of abstract methods. Okay, so basically, as I told you, right, the collection is a framework and which are used for data storing, manipulating, and retrieving the data from the a group of objects. Okay, and also this collection we have some common common methods like adding the data objects, adding the group of objects, and removing the group of objects from the different collections and the size and content. So we have a lot of methods are there in the collection. So we are going to use all of them, right? Yeah, let's move on to the kind of framework structure. So there is a core interface in the Java collection framework. So here we have listed out some. There are two things here. There are two mainly categorize the collections framework too. There are many, but I took from that most important and most used it for our Playwright and Java Selenium, right? So here you can see there is a list interface. Okay, so the collection is a interface and also list is a interface which extend that, and set is also is a kind of interface, right? So now by seeing this diagram, you come to know like kind of things, right? So this colored is representing the interface, and this colored is representing for a class. And you see that there are some arrow dots which is implementing. As we know, right? Interface, right? Interface, it is the interface, and some classes are going to implement. So what the interface contain? Interface contain all abstract method, and some of the classes need to be implemented, all those abstract method implementation, right? Okay. So now you see that there is iterable is the super interface, and then after is the collection, the super interface. Under the collection, we have two categories. Like we are going to talk about the list and a set. So queue also there, but we are not mostly using. Okay. So there are three categories under the collection interface and the list. So what is a super interface? Collection is a super interface, and sub interfaces are like list and queue and set. Okay. how these are the categorized has been done, right? Based on the data storage and the capability of data to be handled. So based on that categorization, it was categorized. Okay. So which means suppose the list will follow some order and insertion order and allows to duplicate. Something like set is does not allow duplicates and it's maintained insertion. It does not maintain insertion order. Something like that categorization has been done, right? So now, so list is the interface. Under the list, we have there are four classes are implemented. So are implemented of the all the interfaces of methods, list interface methods. Okay. So similarly, the set is an interface, and these two famous classes like has set and pre-has set are implemented, and all those set and method set interface methods. Okay, so whenever you implementing this set list interface methods and set interface method means all common methods from derived from the collection interface, right? Yeah. So we'll talk about later in detail what is the list and what are the characteristics of the list and what is the set and how the set characteristics has been done, right? Individually, we'll talk about. So next one is the like map. Basically, map which is not related to another collection, but it is a part of a subset of kind of thing. Okay. So map is a kind of another interface which can store like key value pair values. Okay. So it is also storing the some data and manipulation something we can do. And under this map, so we have like a hash table and hash maps are there. So mostly we'll use the hash table and hash map in our development. So there are three maps also there, sorted map, something like so. So let's you can if you want, you can explore it and in detail. So going forward, I will explain one by one. Like first of all, like what is the list and what is the set, then after what is the map and which are the mostly used for our development. So yeah. So thank you. Let's move. Thank you for this session, and let's move on to the next part.